What's good, y'all? What's good? Hopefully, everybody had an amazing day. Today, I apologize I couldn't get to you guys sooner. Had a couple of things I needed to take care of, but hey, we back again, y'all. Back being consistent. And today, I want to talk about a couple of things you can do, but one main point of something you can do to be successful in business. So this one will be more of a entrepreneurship or entrepreneur talk, just talking about business in general, right? So let's get into it. So what I've learned over the years of being an entrepreneur since 2010 is that the rules for success, right, are identical in relationships, in health, business, and spirituality. Now, I know you guys may saying, "What, Trav? What are you talking about? What you rambling about tonight?" Right? So, to me, talking about success in any one of those categories is like talking about success in all of them at the same time. Now, let me wrap this and pull this together and put a bow on it. And I'm looking down. Y'all know I ramble, so I'm looking at my notes here just to make sure I'm on point, getting the points out that I want to deliver to you guys tonight. All right. So I believe in what I've learned over the years. It all boils down to repairing relationships with others if they're damaged, serving others while growing those relationships, right? And I believe, this may be more of a spiritual talk. So, if you don't believe in God, this might not be the YouTube video for you. So you might want to skip that. But I believe by serving others, God rewards that, right? Just through my journey on what I've seen throughout life, that whenever we serve, right, whenever we take the attention off of ourselves and serve others, we get rewarded on the back end. It's almost like, you reap what you sow type of deal. You get rewarded for planting those seeds. Okay. So, what does that look like in business, though? How do I get rewarded in business? I think, or I know, that the businesses that serve their clients or their clientele best, they get rewarded with profits, right? That's what that reward looks like in business. Now, as far as relationships, I think that reward looks like legacy. Maybe you have grandkids. As far as health, if we're talking about health, what does that reward look like? I think if you're serving others, that health may be longevity, right? And of course, we don't know how long we'll live, but by working out, how can we work out and serve others? So think about it in this perspective, right? When you work out, some people just work out for their benefit, but I want to work out. I'm not sure if you guys have kids or not, but I want to work out, get myself in better shape to be around for my kids. So it's not just my physical on how I look. Oh, yeah, I want to look good. I want to be toned, but I want to be healthy to be here for my family, right? And of course, we don't know when will be our last moment on earth, but we want to do everything possible, right, to prepare ourselves, to keep ourselves in the best shape so that we can have a long lasting, healthy life just to be here for our family. Okay. So hopefully I didn't lose you guys with that, but that's through serve. All that is tied to that common theme of serving others, right? Reposition or restructure your mind from me to start serving. How can we be the best servant? Okay. So I know some of the times that I'll tell people about this key, like the key to winning is giving, and I tell people about this, and they may respond and say, "Hey, Travis, I've been giving all my life, right? I've been giving, I've been serving all of my life. How can you say?" Appreciate you, life as an entrepreneur. You always in the building, man. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to answer them. Some people will say, "Well, Travis, I've been giving all my life, bro. I've been giving all my life. I don't have the rewards financially, whatever it is." And my response, or what I would say to that person is, what kind of service are you rendering, and what kind of seeds are you planting? Man, I'm gonna say that again because some people gonna miss that when you watch it on the replay. So if you've been serving all your life, right? You tired. You like, man, I've been serving, Travis. I've been giving. That doesn't work. My response would be, or what I would ask that person is, what kind of seeds have you been planting? And what kind of service have you been rendering? Now, let's tie that together. Okay. So let's say, for example, okay, let's say that you're looking to get a financial reward. Okay. All right. You want to get a financial reward, but you've been giving away, let's say you own the business, right? You own the business and you've been helping people. You've been giving away all your products, right? Let's say we were selling, I don't know, water bottles, right? Water bottles. We've been selling water bottles and we want to serve. We understand that we need to give and we want to serve. So we give every water bottle that we get, we give it away. We give it away. We give it away. Now, some people would say, hey, well, I gave all of my inventory away, but I didn't reap a financial reward or a blessing on the back end. Now, what kind of seed did that person actually plant, right? Is it a business seed, or were they just doing a good deed? So what I believe about you reap what you sow, because you gave away, right? I I truly believe that whenever you gave to those people in need, that you will always have somebody to give back to you in need. Now, does that correlate or have a direct correlation to a financial blessing? Absolutely not, because you were just giving, right, in their time of need, or you were just being nice. So I'm pretty sure of, whenever you get down, because you gave, somebody's going to give back to you, but that is not in correlation with a financial blessing. How will we reap a financial blessing or sow the seeds for a financial blessing? Number one, you can start investing in your financial literacy, right? Financial literacy. We want to plant the seeds in the finances field, right? We can't go over here and plant seeds in a different field and expect that crop to grow up or expect that harvest. We want to be in the same lane. So whatever you want to reap, make sure you're actually developing yourself in that particular realm or that particular category. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So if you want a financial blessing, let's just say you want a financial blessing through e-commerce, get in the community, start reading the books, go through the YouTube, prepare yourself, start sowing seeds. You guys know I believe in education before compensation. So we have to prepare ourselves. You got to put yourself in that field to start sowing those seeds before you get those benefits. You can start serving others. How would you serve others to get a financial benefit? You can do internships. You can work for free for somebody that's already advancing, already where you're trying to go. You can network and do stuff to add value. You serve. That's how you do it. You can serve your way to the top, right? Okay. So hopefully that's coming together, right? One thing that I found out, because I did a lot of reading, once I found out this philosophy of giving your way wealthy, right? Give your way wealthy, right? Because that's the key to winning. I found out in the Hebrew culture that it's 8 levels of giving, right? 8 levels of giving. So they said, which I believe all levels of giving are virtuous, right? But in the Hebrew culture, it's 8 levels of what I've read, right? So if I'm saying something wrong, y'all educate me down in the comments on the replay. But what I've read is 8 levels, right? So the first, or the lowest level of giving, right, is, if, let me put y'all in the frame of mind of this scenario. So like if you were walking down the street and there was a beggar or a homeless person that, let's say you walked up and down that street, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 times, right? And every time they're asking you, hey, Mr. Travis, do you have some spare change, or hey, Mr. Travis, do you have $1? The first time I said no, when I walked past the person, I came back down this same strip, the sidewalk. The second time I said no, let's just say on the fifth time that I passed them, I said, man, here's $1, man. Go ahead and get out my face, right? So I did give, but they had to beg me. I gave in a way for them to leave me alone so that the next time I pass, I won't have to hear this guy or this lady asking me for money. I'm like, hey, just take the dollar and go, right? So in the Hebrew culture, they look at that as the lowest level of giving. So what's the, and I'm not going to go through it all. Now I want to go to the other extreme. What is the highest level of giving, right? The highest level of giving is whenever you give to someone. Watch this now. You give to someone and you enable them to start giving to others also, okay? So that means that not only did I give to you, but I taught you how to develop and cultivate that enough where you now are starting to pay it forward, right? I know you guys may have heard of the pay it forward challenge, which is, doing nice stuff for others without expecting anything in return. So I'm able to pour into you, overflow your cup so that you can then pour into other people's cup. Hopefully that made sense, y'all. So again, another analogy would be that first example when I was walking past the homeless guy. I just gave that guy a fish, right? He was hungry. He kept begging me, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I'm like, man, take this fish, eat this fish, leave me alone, right? Stop asking me this. You're getting aggravated. But in the second example, right, not only did I give him the fish, I also taught him how to fish and showed them how to teach others how to fish, right? So it's levels to it. I gave them the fish, I taught them how to fish on their own, and then I relayed the information so that they can pass it forward in a way. I taught them how to teach others. So that is the highest level of giving in the Hebrew culture. And I thought that was amazing, right? So that's my ultimate goal. I do love to give, but I want to give to where I can teach others how to teach others, right? Because we want this thing to be everlasting. I don't just want to give you the fish. I want to teach you how to fish. And not only that, take it to the next level, encourage you to teach others how to fish, right? So we're gonna put a bow on this thing, right? And I'm gonna give you guys 5 keys to success in business, right? Number 1, get organized, right? So for the longest time, when I was stuck at the early part of making 6 figures, organization was the key, right? And that's still my weakest point of business, in my opinion. And your weaknesses, even if you can't get better or improve, or you have trouble, I'm not gonna say you can't get better because we can always get better. You can always outsource, right? So you connect. You're not always going to have all the pieces to the puzzle in business. Somebody may have that missing link that you need, and then whenever you guys connect, you're like a well-oiled machine, right? So organization is key, especially in this e-commerce business. Make sure that you're organized, make sure everything is structured, because you cannot scale chaos. Because you want to initially start off testing small, double down, then scale that bad boy. But if it's not organized, you're not going to be able to scale it. So that is a major key. Make sure you stay organized, or if you can't stay organized, get someone to help you with that particular part of the business, because it definitely will help you excel and take your business to the next level once you start to level up. All right. So organization is number 1. Number 2, you need to know how to analyze your competition, especially in this e-commerce game. If you guys want to get on online arbitrage, you need to be able to analyze the competition in the marketplace, right? I was talking on a call. I think that was on a call, or either that was on a one-on-one session earlier today. A lot of new sellers are afraid when they're Amazon sellers are afraid when there's a lot of people on the listing. They're worried about, if they can move their particular product. But um Once you analyze your competition by looking at their price point, are they getting rotated into the buy box? You want to look at their feedback. And I'm testing another theory. You want to look at where they're located to. And I'm going to speak more about that once I do some more testing. Give me a couple months. I want to bring y'all all facts and no cap. But it has something to do with the region also. And we were talking about that tonight. So stay tuned for more information on that. But definitely be able to analyze your competition. And it's not so much that you want to beat them out, but you want to learn, right? Collaboration over competition, because maybe they're doing something right and you can say, hey, I could grow my business an extra $5,000-$10,000 a month if I replicated what business B or business C was doing, right? So analyze your competition. Competition is definitely healthy in my opinion. You don't always have to look at it like you're trying to run you out of business, but you want to learn and grow from your competition, and just help you level up and take your business and what you got going on to the next level. All right, number 3, understand the risk and rewards, or the risk versus rewards, right? So it's different opportunities in the marketplace on Amazon. Some of the times you may go with a less profit item or a lesser profit. Let's just say your criteria is you want to make $10 profit per item, right? Okay, $10 profit per item, but you stumble upon, or your virtual assistant finds the opportunity in the marketplace where you can make $5, which is well under, your $10. That's 50% of what you want to make. And but it sells twice as fast as what you usually look for in your criteria. So even though it's under the specific ROI or the profit margin that you're looking for, it sells twice as fast. So maybe you look at the risk to reward. Hey, even though it's not my specific calculated profit that I'm looking for, because it sells so fast, I am going to take this risk and look at the reward and saying, hey, if I can double up on the sales, I can still get the same thing. And you take a chance on that specific product. Now, let's look at the other end, the other outlier, right? Sometimes you're going to stumble on opportunities in the marketplace that's outside of your sales rank, right? Or your frequency of sales per month. You may be looking for an item that's selling at least 15 times or better per month, and you may stumble on a product that only sells 2 times per month. What does that mean? Is that an automatic pass for me? It's not an automatic pass. I need to look at the risk to reward. Now, did I get that book for free? Or did I get that? Let's not just say book. Did I get that product for free? Okay. That's one thing I'm going to be looking at. What was my acquisition cost? The next thing I would be looking at is how much profit can I make on the back end, right? Any books or any products that's long term, I'm definitely going to merchant fulfill them. I don't want to FBA them, because you guys know, if you don't know, long-term storage fees are going up. I'm not sure the exact date, but they're going up on the end of this month, the end of January. So I think the long-term storage fee will now be calculated in 6 months, right? I'll come back the next video and read more up on it and give you guys more of an up-to-date. So Amazon really wants those products to be moving. So if you have a longer tail book, if you want to send that in the FBA, make sure it's able to absorb the long-term storage fees, and make sure the profitability is worth it, right? If it's a long-term book and I didn't pay anything for it, I'm also going to look at the number of sellers. There needs to be a small amount of sellers. I usually like no more than 3 on the listing if it's going to be long-term. And I like my profitability, if I'm paying under $1 to be $50 or better, right? And I want to always position myself to be that next sale in the marketplace, right? I don't want to wait any longer. I want to be positioned. Wherever that lowest offer is, I want to be right there. I'm not worried about the buy box. I'm worried about getting that next sale to move this inventory out. Why? Because it's only, and I think I said was selling maybe 2 times. It's only selling 2 times a month. And the object in this business, or at least how I structure my business, is churn rate, right? I want to continue to sell these items as fast as possible so I can take my profit or my capital back out of this investment, reinvest it back into a new opportunity, and keep that thing turning and turning. I want to push in into investments, get that capital back out, and then keep, it's like a snowball effect, right? And you want to grow and grow and grow and grow, and then you can diversify, whether you want to go into real estate, whatever you're trying to do. You diversify from there and you start to hedge your portfolio. Okay, so 3 was risk versus reward. Number 4 is very essential to being successful: being resourceful and being creative, right? I know at the beginning of my business, I rushed to hire a lot of employees because I was just tired of doing the thing, right? I hired just out of convenience rather than hiring to generate revenue. Woo! I'm gonna say that again, right? It ain't sound powerful, but it definitely is. I'm thinking back now. I hired at the time because I was frustrated. I was a solopreneur. I was the only one working in my business, and I hired out of convenience. I wasn't really worried about how much money they could generate. I was just worrying about them taking that specific task off of my load, right? Off of my plate. And that is a piece of the puzzle. But in my opinion, the first way, or your highest priority of when you need to hire, is if they can generate more money than what you already was making. So let me break that down, right? You don't hire an employee to just keep you at the same level. They need to pay whatever you paying them. If it's a VA, you paying them, $6 an hour, or you got somebody in the States, whatever their task that you assign them to do, they need to be able to do that task, generate revenue to cover what you pay them, their wages, and I would say 2x your bottom line in your company, right? So unless you're doing that, or unless they can do a profit generating activity to do that, it's not time to hire, in my opinion. And that was a big mistake. That caused some ups and downs at the beginning because I hired a lot of people and I wasn't seeing the increase in the bottom line. But again, this is a nugget. I hired out of convenience as my highest priority rather than hiring out of generating sales or revenue, right? Make sure that that person, because you don't want to come out of your pocket to pay for the employee. No, the job that they're doing should pay for them. They should pay for themselves, right? The work that they're doing should increase your bottom line at least 2 to 3x on top of what you're paying them. So number 4 was being resourceful. And I would tie that back into how can you streamline some of your processes. I've knocked out, at least in that beginning stage, once I start to work on my business instead of working inside of my business, I was creative enough and resourceful enough to take out some of those additional tasks. You want to work as efficient as possible, guys. So I didn't need as many employees as I thought I needed. I just needed a more efficient system, be more resourceful with the things that I had around us, and just be more creative, right? So that was 4. And last but not least, I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. Always show up. Be consistent, man. I can't tell you the amount of times I feel like, I created my own luck, good luck, by being consistent, just by showing up. Because some of the times, guys, it's not about who performs the best. it it's all about who gonna show up, right? Some of the stuff you just gotta show up to get through, right? You ain't always gotta perform the best. You ain't always gotta be, tip top A+. But if you show up every day, right, you're afforded opportunities that other people do not get and they are not afforded, right? So consistency, consistency, consistency. And I know, you guys may hear it all the time, but it's definitely a game changer and it's much needed to be successful in your business. And, and let me tie this into e-commerce. So if you're in Amazon and you want to make a specific amount of money, let's just say you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to be consistently sourcing products and listing products on the platform, because that's really the main profit or needle moving activity in this business. If you don't have inventory, if you're not listing it, or you're not sending it in via FBA, if you're doing FBA, then you're not going to be making sales and you're not going to be making any money, right? So be consistent. Whatever you're trying to do, make sure the numbers make sense, right? Upload, if you're uploading or you're listing every week, make sure, hey, I'm going to have you may just start out with 20 new products or 20 products you're going to list per week. I don't know if you're a part-time entrepreneur, you full-time. Maybe you can only do 2025 if you're doing part-time. I don't know your schedule, but if you're going to commit and say you're going to do 2025, let's hit it every week. 2025, hold yourself accountable, get an accountability partner, join a community, whatever you need to do to make sure you put those points on the board every week, right? Because it's going to say something about you. And I think within Amazon, it's going to favor you more by being consistent, that you're actually uploading inventory every week. This showing that it's showing the algorithm, in my opinion, that you're actively engaged in the business. Because a lot of people, they'll get a brand new Amazon sellers account and they don't do anything with them. So it kind of goes dormant. And I think Amazon algorithm mostly pushes those accounts down. So if you showing every week, hey, whether it's 20 items, whether it's 100, whether it's 500, upload consistently. Show up, whatever you're trying to do. Further your education, stay consistent and always show up, y'all. So again, the 5 points: get organized, analyze your competition, understanding the risk versus rewards. Number 4, be resourceful, be creative. And number 5, always show up, be consistent. Hopefully you guys, I know this was more of an entrepreneur talk. Hopefully you guys enjoyed talking about business, how to level up, what you guys are doing inside of your e-commerce business or any business you have in general. Again, if you have any questions about anything that was discussed, if you guys are to take away anything from this rather long YouTube video by my standard, is give your way to your wealth, right? You can give your way to getting wealthy. You're absolutely welcome, man. I appreciate you rocking with me. Life as an entrepreneur, you can give your way to any financial goal that you want. And I know it sounds crazy, but once you adjust your mindset, I promise you, you will see that it's possible. So let's stop focusing on and let's focus on serving others. Let's figure out some problems that they need or some problems that they have. What are they already buying? How can we go and find an opportunity that's being underserved in the marketplace? Whatever they're buying, can we source it, or can we find that particular product or service at a discount and bring it to the marketplace for convenience, right? How can we do that, right? So again, give your way to your wealth. And hey, I'm gonna leave y'all on that. Love, y'all be blessed. Hey, we coming back strong. I'm gonna start work. I'm gonna try to come back a little bit early tomorrow. Make sure y'all share the video. And hey, man, love, y'all be blessed. Hey, and keep giving. See you on the next one. Love.